Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Annie Scents and I'm here with a video for all you cherry, almond and possibly cherry blossom lovers. So I really hope you enjoy this video. Grab yourself a hot chocolate, and if you do enjoy my content, please like, comment, share and subscribe. I've hit 100 subscribers. Yay! Fireworks. I'm joking. All right, let's get into the video. But yeah, thank you for all your support for watching. Really grateful. Just started late last year, I think November or so. Anyway, enough rambling. I do tend to do that a bit, sorry guys. Right, so let's start with the first fragrance. This is by Guerlain, La Petite Robe Noire. So this is I'll just go through the notes briefly. In the top you get sour cherry, almond, sorry I can't even see, red berries, bergamot. Then in the mid you get licorice, rose and tea. In the dry down you get aniseed, vanilla and tonka. Now I know I'm missing some notes off, but just to not make the video too long, I'm just going to go through the sort of, I will mainly discuss the notes that I pick out of the scent. So with this one, you get your cherry, you get your almond, you get the licorice in this, and a bit of, I can detect the aniseed. Even though it's got vanilla, it's not the type of warm fragrance. I wouldn't say this is a warm, cozy type fragrance. I do get a Dr. Pepper vibe, or Pepsi cherry, if you guys know what I mean, like a cherry cola. It's got this sort of, if I may even say, medicinal type vibe. So it's not a generic scent. It's not a what do you call it, juvenile, you know, sour cherry almond fragrance. It's nicely done. I did blind buy this, and it wasn't what I was expecting, but I have grown to love it, and I feel it projects more. I think I might have mentioned this in another video, more than the intense version, which is currently on rotation. So that's Guerlain for you. Let's go on to Givenchy. This is Live Irresistible. I've also made a video on this video. This is the Delicieuse range. It's got cherry, pastry as its top notes. You get rose, orange, blossom in the middle. You get caramel, which I had this, I've had this for quite a while now. A couple of years now. And I actually didn't know there was caramel in this. And you get bitter almond as well. Don't know if I've just repeating myself, but yeah, I actually didn't realize there was caramel in this until quite recently. I believe there's pepper in this. I didn't mention it, but I believe this one and the original has pepper. Just to add, the original also has, I think, almond in it as well. It's pineapple almond, so that's another almond scent you can try. Please check out I've done a full video on those. This is so you get your pastry, pepper, almond, cherry. That's the four notes that I really detect in this one. Again, it's not juvenile. The pepper gives it a bit of depth. If you really like those pastry, I don't know how to describe it, and it's got those like little flecks of almond, this is the scent for you. Right, popular one on YouTube when I sort of rejoined, when I started watching it again for fragrances, it's Scandal by Night by Jean-Paul Gaultier. This is, let me see the notes. Top notes, honey, citrus, but middle notes, tuberose. You get your cherry, so the cherry comes in the middle, and you get pear. You get your patchouli, sandalwood and tonka, plus more notes. So this, for me, be really honest, cherry, honey scent with a touch of pear. This one, very sweet fragrance. You need to, you know, don't go in. This is not overspray. I think I did overspray it once, and I was a bit like, oh gosh, this is a bit much. You really need to it's a very strong, sweet, overpowering fragrance, so maybe 2-3 sprays at the most. Okay, another cherry one for you, and I think I did make a mistake in my video. I've said because of you had cherry, but it doesn't have cherry, it only has raspberry. This one has cherry and raspberry in this one. The notes are raspberry, cherry, blackcurrant in the opening. You get rose and wormwood and patchouli in the base, amongst other notes. This is let me just spray it. You get cherry, you get patchouli in this. When you actually smell the nozzle, it actually smells like it has coffee in it, but there is no coffee in this one. If you watch my videos, you know I did get the flank of this In Love With You. That one is raspberry and patchouli as well, and I think musk. This one is, for me, much better. It's more, it has a bit more character to it. So yeah, here's another cherry scent for you to try. And then the last cherry scent that I have is in this travel size. This one I bought early COVID because I remember, I think the beginning of the year, I was like, I'm not buying any more full bottles because I was hardly using most of my fragrances. I was only buying these travel sizes and, you know, decant samples, etc. So I managed to find this. I had been looking for it for ages. I know in the Escada, and I call them the Escada community, this was one that was highly recommended. A lot of people wanted to try it, was on the hunt for it. So when I found this one, I was like, yay. Obviously brought it, took it out the packet, and I was like, I don't smell no cherry in this. I was like, okay, did I get duped? Like, okay, it's only 7.4 mils or so, so why would it be, you know, fake or whatever? I was like, maybe the juice inside is not quite right. And then I went on for Grantica, and then quite a few people were like saying they don't actually detect cherry. I detected cherry on the box, but for me, I just don't particularly detect cherry. There's a touch. It's not the, well, I'll say it's not that cherry that you're kind of looking for, if that makes sense. It's a touch of cherry with whole load of notes. So in the opening is sour cherry, raspberry. Mid is marshmallow, orchid. In the dry down, musk, white suede, and oak. Touch of cherry. It's like a lipsticky type cherry. Reminds me slightly. They're not dupes. And Prada Candy Gloss. A touch of that, but I mainly get, if I'm honest, raspberry, a floral note. I really get the musk. It's really nice, but I'm okay with not having a full bottle of this one. I know like the prices now are like sky high with full, you know, discontinued fragrances. So yeah, that is Escada Cherry in the Air. It's not a bad scent. It's really nice. I've got quite a few Escada, so I kind of need to use those up. Right, so let's go on to almond. I'm like almond type fragrances. This is Girl Love Now. This is the Shine. This one has become more popular, surpassing its original one on YouTube. In the opening, pineapple, pistachios, the mid, bitter almond, the dry down, vanilla and patchouli, plus other notes. Okay, so do check on for Grantica if you want to find every single notes. You really detect the pistachio, pineapple, bitter almond in this. And then on skin and on clothing, you will get the patchouli sort of afterwards. It's not overly heavy in the patchouli, but you kind of really enjoy that pineapple. Then you're like, oh, patchouli just pops out. But it's a nicely done. It's my go-to summer fragrance, and it's my favorite, but it's interesting. I've actually used it less than the other two. So yeah, this is worth checking out. Not many fragrances that smell like this. Let's go. Yep, you know me, my Nuit. This is raspberry lychee in the opening. In the mid, that's where you find your almond, your rose. In the dry down, you get your vanilla and the patchouli. I would say that I detect lychee, almond, yeah, I detect lychee and almond and patchouli. I don't know if I've said that, patchouli in this fragrance. This is the only I don't know, Tresor that of which I own that I really detect the patchouli note. I don't detect it as much in the other fragrances. Yeah. So but you do get the almond. It's quite light. So it's good, I think, for spring, for summer. It's not as heavy as the original. Let's go on to another Lancome. Sorry guys. Nuit Tresor, no. La Vie Belle, the EDT, you get almond. This time in the opening, you get magnolia, you get patchouli, iris, you know, same as the original, spun sugar, praline, and so forth. It does have the DNA of the original, but for me, mainly, I get the almond, I get the iris, and I get spun sugar. And it doesn't have coconut, but it gives me a coconut vibe. It's got this sort of biscuity, gourmandy type vibe, so really nice. Look forward to wearing it in the spring and summer. And then last but not the least, we have a cherry blossom one, and I actually haven't got the notes for this. Ooh. It's Japanese cherry blossom strawberry kiss. This is one of my first fragrances that I bought when I started my, or shall I say, restarted my Perfume Collection 3.0. Oh, brings back memories. I don't know, I really like this fragrance. So you can see it's quite, you know, it's my summer go-to. It's it's one of the freshest, can I say freshest perfumes that I own. It does have a cherry vibe, even though it's cherry blossom. You get the strawberry. It's fresh. It is sweet. It's not sickeningly sweet. And it does have, I know, other notes in this as well. Right, guys. So, not to keep you too long. These are the scents that I have. There might be a couple missing, but they're just the ones I could think of the top of my head in my collection. So, you know, hope, you know, are some of these in your baskets? Did I change your mind? Did you take it out of your basket and you want to, you know, purchase it? Yeah, you know, give yourself a, you know, give it a go. You know, try before you buy. Let's try and save some money. There's some new fragrances coming out that I'm so looking forward to. So I look forward to sharing them with you. Right, I'm rambling now. Okay, guys. Ciao, ciao.